Yo, what up guys, and welcome to another Coach Flarkness video. If you guys aren't familiar with this series yet, I go over PvP gameplay for DK. So 2s, 3s, rated battlegrounds, random battlegrounds, Frost or Unholy, any spec really, and just see what went well and what didn't go as well. And that will help you build on the good stuff and work on the bad stuff, and we can all learn a thing. Me, you, the audience, everybody, just because hindsight's 20/20, and we can take a look at the gameplay and see what's working out in these games. So feel free to send me footage for that anytime. There's going to be a link to my Discord down below, and you can just direct message me on Discord and give me that gameplay, hopefully Twitch VODs, YouTube clips, whatever you have available for me to review, and that'll make it easy. So once again, I generally go into these and just watch the videos straight out and comment on things in real time. I get a feel for the MMR and such beforehand, and then we just go right into it. So this is Unholy DK Demon Hunter Mistweaver. That is a 3s comp, and they're playing it around 1600 MMR. So definitely a good point to see like introductory level to the game. This is a good starting MMR to work on the fundamentals of the gameplay. So let's take a look at it. Generally, I'll go over talent choices and whatnot if I can find those as well, itemization issues, or anything else that we can just improve. It's all encompassing. But here we go. Destro H-Pow Rogue. Probably want to sit on the Destro the entire time, and shut down the H-Pow with CC, and shut down the lock with kicks. So that's the best thing you could do. I like that target. That was good. Immediately go Warlock. So right here, getting the disease, should probably get chains on him as well. There you go. So right now, it would be best to just do as much damage as possible in the opener and get your Demon Hunter over here. There's the trinket on the Warlock, so already some interesting stuff happening. One, the disease fell from a dispel, so you want to reapply that immediately. Two, I don't know what happened. I guess the Demon Hunter got opened on back there. But it's good that he's setting up his CDs. He's got a full stack of wounds here ready to press. Let's try and find all of his buttons. Okay, so he pressed Unholy Frenzy and APOC. I guess we don't need to be pressing Festering Strike as much because this is your burst window, so we should just be spamming Necro and reapply that disease. But you already got the Warlock's Trinket. So as long as this Demon Hunter lives, probably immediately zone this Dark Soul. Then you probably are just going to win the game pretty quick. That was a very fast usage of that from this lock, so I'm sure he's not ready to get trained all game with no trinket. But this just needs to be immediately zoned, so hopefully they do that, because that's all of his CDs. Double coil comes out, still trinket zone available. So we're not going to, it looks like we're not going to get that out, so that would be a misplay here. I don't know if that's zone. What button is highlighted right now? It's not zone. Oh, it's A-bomb. Okay, yeah, still need that zone. Obviously, not every 1600 or 1700 MMR team is ready to perfectly punish this, but an unzoned full Dark Soul on a low health Demon Hunter is generally death. So we'd want to make sure to get that out. He kicks Shadow Fury there. Probably worth kicking the Bolt instead. We still have outs for Shadow Fury. Or we could pet on the Shadow Fury and kick the Bolt, because Bolt locks you out of all spells and Shadow Fury is just shadow spells. That would probably be worth it. Looks like they just traded Bubble for all those CDs. If it was a good Warlock, it would have been 100 to 0 in 2 seconds. So Bubble is not a really good trade there. But anyway, you can't change the gameplay now, so it's worth just saying zone and then moving on, because I bet there's a lot more to look at during the game. So right now we know he has no trinket, now we know he has no bop, so this would be a huge time for counter pressure. Just have one of you CC the H-Pal with Asphyxiate, or I guess para leg sweep would be good. That requires communication with your partner, of course. And then the Fell Eruption could go in the Warlock here, who has no trinket or bop, and you can just ride him until he dies. So this is still looking very winnable, despite a tough opener. Definitely a good grip there, and he's keeping chains on the Warlock. bolts are coming out, but they're all going to be small now because these CDs are down. You see Infernal and Dark Soul are down. These bolts are not going to matter as much. Still worth kicking, obviously, but CC can also be kicked here for fears and such while he tries to peel you guys. But you're good to just stay as aggressive as humanly possible. You also still have Zone. And there's the Asphyxiate on him. So the Para sweep came out on other targets. I mean, it's not a Mistweaver review video, but obviously it'd be good to just CC out the HPL now and destroy the lock, but it still looks like we're in good shape. There is Last Bop and Double Coil. So they're kind of in some trouble here. A Full Hodge, Dispellable, Wooden Trinket, Fear, Breaks. Alright, so they're panicking a little bit. This is just a good time to get pressure. Keep chains on the Warlock and oops. And do as much damage as humanly possible. He goes for a rep. That's not even going to land. The Warlock is getting shredded. The Warlock is dead. Okay. So obviously a little bit of communication issues on both teams there. And they even ended up stacking in the end. So it was just a little bit of a messy game. But now you can see some of the fundamentals that I would work on in that situation, which are the insta-zone on CDs. A little bit more refined opener. Probably don't let the disease fall off. Maybe I can call that out a little better each time it happens in the game. But that is a win. Good job sticking with the Warlock. Definitely the good target choice. And definitely a good execution of shutting him down after the fact. Like, once the CDs were down, he didn't really do anything the entire rest of the game. So that's a good situation to be in. So we'll just skip on over to the next game. Fire Mage, Destro, Mistweaver. This one's pretty broken. That's a pretty broken comp. So I guess just go lock the entire time. Still running that zone, it looks like. That's awesome. Probably Conflict Major, based on what I see here. And now we're looking at the Warlock. That's great. They might also split. That can Mistweavers pretty quick. Just shutting him down. Yeah, it looks like they're electing to split, and that's awesome. So, could have insta-gripped that. Now we got behind the pillar on all the CDs, but we're still destroying the guy because he also lined the Mistweaver. Got bubble on the Mage. Okay, this is a great opener. So this strategy is actually, see, even in, more introductory MMR, we can learn a lot. This actually, I think, works at very high MMR too, with Unholy DK specifically. But this is just a great opener. Look at this. The Warlock's getting trained over here. The Mage is getting trained over here. So the Mistweaver has to heal both, which he was not prepared to do. So he bubbles one when the other's dying. They both trinket. They're running fast out of CDs, and he'll probably burn all of his mana doing this because it's hard to split target heals as well as it is to just keep your channeling heals into one guy. Also, he still has 5 wounds and a frozen A-bomb, so he can still get an enormous amount of pressure on this Warlock, and they don't have bubble for him because they just used it to Mage. So that was a really good opener. That's just a good job. Splitting there ended up shutting down all of the things that they could do to peel for themselves in this situation, especially with the earliest fix and the early Fell Eruption. So really, they just lost all their CDs. Now he's dropping Zone down on the Dark Soul Combust. Well, how about this? This is fantastic. Okay, I like this. Infernal Dark Soul Combust, and there's the immediate Zone. I mean, this is just fantastic. They're completely shutting down everything that this team could do. Now, obviously, the Demon Hunters should just run into it, and every CD is gone. They have no bubble. They're running out of trinkets. They have no combust, no zone, no Dark Soul. You can see it right here on Omnibar. This is all of the things used by the other team, and here is the 60% wall to prevent it. So that's good. I mean, as long as the Demon Hunter gets in, which he did not. But this is a DK review video, right? The Demon Hunter was just outside of it, and now he's going to have to use that bubble because he did not get in the zone in time. But this is a DK review video. That was a perfect play from the DK. Just make sure that the Demon Hunter swaps lock and goes him with you during zone, because the whole point of a splitting strat is to get the most pressure, but also reduce the most damage taken to your team by stopping more things. But during zone, I mean, that's the stop on everything. So just get him in there too.
Nature lock's full.
I keep unmuting the thing. Apparently somebody has nature locked full. So now he's just going to shut down the Warlock. A good pet stun on that Chaos Bolt. Kick available in 2 seconds. And hopefully it just rotates kick and everything. Alright, so Disease is falling off. It seems to be an issue. Look at the Mistweaver's mana. But the strat and the performance on that defensive rotation was perfect. So just make sure we have the pressure rotation down as well. And then this guy's going to get destroyed in mana. Right now, we know they have no CDs. Again, just like the last situation, just ride him, do his max damage, stop everything that you can, especially CC effects, so you don't lose pressure during this window, this win the game. So yeah, there's the Disease falling again. Right here, you want to, and honestly, actually, that's a really good pressing point. Disease on him for sure. Now it's been off for a while. But also on the Mage. If you throw it on the Mage while the Demon Hunter's on him, it's just more rot damage, like more chip damage. You can even throw it on the Monk and stop drinks with Epidemic. Oh my god, too many pressure points. Okay, so let's talk about this all at once. Sorry, guys. Definitely keep your disease uptime really high on your target. That one's a no-brainer. But tab targeting over to the Mage somewhere over here and off the screen is really, really good to throw disease on him because he's taking a lot of damage as well, and just any chip damage that you can add, especially when the DH gets kited, will just keep them low and keep the mana usage from the Mistweaver very high. But also keep it on the Mistweaver Monk, because then every time, if he doesn't dispel it, it's either forcing a dispel, or you can sit him up by using Epidemic when the disease is on him. So what happens is the Mistweaver runs beyond a pillar, he just runs over somewhere back corner of the map, runs behind a pillar and starts drinking. This works better on non-Mistweavers because they can't dispel it, but just the dynamic. He starts drinking. Then your disease is still on him, which means you can press Epidemic, because you can press Epidemic on any disease target anywhere. And Epidemic will do damage. So then he will be sat up and he will stop drinking. So there's that whole dynamic. Keep it on everybody. If anything, you're keeping it on the Mistweaver to beta dispel and to get chip damage out there. So let's take a look. Wow, that disease uptime is very low. And also we've had 6 wounds for a while. So just rotationally, the mechanics right now are a little rough. We're pressing Festering Strike when he's at like 4 or 5 wounds a lot, which is just a waste. You want to always Necro until there's 0 and then Fester. There's no benefit to keeping like 1 or 2 wound on somebody. You can always keep them low wounds or no wounds. So spend the wounds first and then generate them. That is a really good answer for that, I think. So now we are going to get all those wounds off right there, which is perfect. There's the coil coming down. Plowing through the Mistweaver's mana. Now the disease is on. Hey, and it's on both because they stacked for a second. So there you go. Now you're going to see a lot more pressure, and hopefully this Mistweaver runs dry. They still have a minute left on Dark Soul and Combustion. So that's just awesome. And he has all of his CDs coming back. So now you can see he has Unholy Friends, Dark Transform, APOC, Raise the Abomination. He should press APOC to get all these wounds off because he's, once again, overcapping a little bit, which is a problem. That guy drank to full. That's also a problem. But they can reum him. And then they should just go really hard. Honestly, they could reum him right here. He tried to go for a kick on Incinerate and missed it. That's probably not the play. But still doing a lot of damage. Okay, so we're just, again, mechanically not perfect. We had tons of wounds on him. We APOC'd a little late. Just APOC when it comes up when you have 6 wounds. We're still overcapping on wounds a lot. And just try and get those CDs out ASAP. Oh, we still haven't APOC'd. Oh my gosh. Use those cooldowns, brother. You'll decimate to this poop kid. Okay, there we go. Ooh, my gosh. Okay, so especially during Unholy Frenzy window, don't Fester again. We are just, see this? This is capped at 6. It cannot get any higher than 6. And we are just applying wounds when it's already at 6 from Unholy Frenzy swings, from the Raise A-Bomb swings, just from Festering Striking when they're at 5, because it generates 2 to 3. So you really, really, really want to work on the fundamentals of the wound mechanic. And we should just be spending it to 0 and then reapplying to 2 or 3. There's Bubble for reasons unknown to me. But we're finally getting some damage in here. We've got everything rolling. You can see just how many wounds are being wasted here by how much this number has been at 6. If it could get to 7, it definitely would. But that's a lot of critique of the mechanics. That said, the strat and the situational awareness for the defensive mitigation on the insta zone is still putting them in such a good spot that I think they're going to win the game. So that goes to show you how you can still win a game despite having, you know, some messy play. Okay, so we're kicking Immolate. We want to kick Chaos Bolt. That's another thing. But we're still destroying this guy. So again, ending up, it should be doable. Whoa. Zone comes down. Okay. Good play. I guess he's trying to zone the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter gets feared out of it. So he zones the Dark Soul window here. I think he just Dark Souled with no Infernal. So the Warlock is kind of, you know, having a stroke. That's okay. It happens. But, you know, I can see the motivation there. You want to keep it lined up with Dark Soul. And it's not like the guy's going to do any damage by just Infernaling alone now. So, honestly, an okay play. Mistweaver's back down to half mana. Here comes the Infernal as well. So, I don't think this Infernal will do very much damage, right? Because there's no Dark Soul to back it up. So, as long as you kick bolts and stop them from building. Kicked on that ring. Unfortunate situation. It happens sometimes. It shouldn't really do anything. We didn't actually even stop any of the bolts, and it's still not doing anything. So yeah, that's just why you wouldn't want to separate Dark Soul and Infernal in this situation. But again, the mechanics of the strat and just the awareness of Dark Soul and Zone and just how much they're staying alive is probably going to get them the win here. I mean, this must be resuming. They both are, but this one will probably oom faster since he got a drink. Disease fell. Wounds capped. Okay, so I guess I'll just pause it one more time. That's just, this game would have been over a long time ago, right? If we were just managing the wound system and the disease system a lot better. So combine that. I guess my final point, because I think I can see a theme of what's going to happen until the game ends. My final point is just combine your awareness of the strategy and the defensive cooldown rotation and just the rotation of your class, which you still got pretty good with your offensive cooldowns, and just combine that with better wound management and disease uptime, and you guys are going to see disgusting results. Like, you guys are going to really shoot up. But yeah, you could just see 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, kicking Incinerate, 6, 6, 6, 6, no disease, no disease, no disease, 6, 6, 6, 6, not even changed. So that's something definitely a world of improvement. That said, you have every defensive CD in the game. They're not getting any pressure on you. I mean, you guys have shut them down the entire time. Here comes A-Bomb. Dark Transform by APOC still available. Can definitely get those up as well. And this Mistweaver's oom again. There's a kick on Chaos Bolt. Mistweaver walking around. He's lost. Looking for something to do. Asking his teammates what Vivify does. Trying to figure out gameplay mid-game. Oh, he's running into the room. My boy Sploosh might be in some trouble. So, obviously now just a complete malfunction from everybody on the other team. They're all dying. The Mistweaver just drained the last of his mana. You know, dancing to the Macarena. I don't really know what he was doing that drained so much mana, because all I saw was him walking around. But, you know, right now the game's over. You just have to use Zone for any CDs they have left. Don't die, and there's nothing the other team can do. Really bumming about the wound management, though. Definitely worth keeping chains on the Warlock as well. I don't need to pause it again. I mean, this game has to be over, right? I would be shocked if this game wasn't over. The Mistweaver is healing with hard-casted Vivify standing in the middle of the map. Eventually, somebody will die to this situation, right? I don't even know where the Demon Hunter is. There's the Dark Soul. No zone on it. Probably just really, really aggressively trying to get that kill. We've all been there, right? Where it's just like, oh, the game's over, I can feel it. Like, just kill him, and you're not paying attention to the Omnibar quite as much. DH is getting a little low. Ooh, a lot low. Press the disease. Haha. I did it. I got him to press it somehow. That was cool. My mind just went back in time. The Mistweaver is drinking. could really just kill in this period. Oh dear. Oh no, is this game gonna keep going? I didn't want to watch more Mage Lock Mistweaver. That's like the most boring thing. Oh dear, yeah, he got a 30% drink there. Maybe they can just kill him. The Lock is in a lot of trouble. And this is a lot of CDs. And the Mistweaver hard cast Vivify, and then cast Ring, and then hard cast Vivify, and then does it again. And then is just having just no dice pressing the correct buttons at the correct time. Alright, so obviously, you know, mechanically, there's a lot on the rotation side and the wound generation, disease uptime, what to kick. That could be improved, but just understanding the strategy, especially at this MMR. So let's take a look. The game ends, right? We're at 1673 MMR. To know the strategy, to be able to execute, stick with it, to be able to rotate defensive, the perfect zone in the beginning, that set the snowballing motion. You know, just to use those CDs, get them down, use AMS, use IVF, to just make sure you have good uptime on those things. That's really good. So hopefully we'll get another game just like that. Let's see, what's the time looking like? 21. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to maybe have a little bit shorter videos for this, just so maybe they were a little bit more easily digestible. We could do part 1 and 2. Trying to find another clip here. Beautiful. Okay, thank you, Twitch preview. You were wrong. Okay, so Survival Hunter, Unholy DK, H-Pal. So I would probably go Holy Paladin here, and just try and win the race, because you should be able to. And if they go you, then you get to cleave them all to death. That would be pretty awesome. Hopefully that background noise can be removed in post. I have somebody vacuuming, or doing a lawnmower. Yeah, nobody vacuums their lawn. But maybe we should start, you know, get rid of all those bugs. Alright, so we're not going H-Pal, and we don't have diseases on the Hunter. And we're hitting into Bop, and we're getting Drested. And we're AMSing and bubbling at the same time. Alright, so some mechanical breakdowns here. But they're all the same that I've been talking about the whole time. So I don't think... Oh, that was not AMS and bubble at the same time. Apparently we AMS at the beginning. I just saw it on cooldown and I just assumed. Can't assume. So yeah, just the same kind of mechanical situation. Again, you can only see and make these changes after the video is released, so there's no reason to harp on it all day long. Yeah, I would definitely just go H-Pal and win the race, because you can cleave them all to death if they go you, which they aren't right now. But then if they're not, then they don't get to trap go on the Mistweaver. Now they are. So yeah, just definitely, unfortunately, probably not the right decision here. And also, without Immortal Strike or heavy CC effects, they should win the DPS race. And they're just killing the DK right now. Hitting that Skulker, trying to get a Death Strike off, I can see that. No counter pressure at all. This game looks over. So it looks like, in this case, I was right with the strategy call out. And in this time, since there's no counter pressure and they get to do whatever they want forever, oh, now they're going both of you guys. That's brutal. Then you're gonna fall really far behind. Just the mechanics on the Hunter, we're just not really spending wounds. We're just generating them, so we don't have a lot of damage. And I think we just kicked into the Hunter. I don't know. Did I see? No. Okay, I did not. The Mistweaver's dead. Okay. All right. So yeah, that one it snowballed on you. Just the rough mistakes there. Just the wound management, disease uptime, even the target call on this one, all compiled together, and they just ran over you, which is okay. It happens. At 1700 MMR, definitely in a learning environment, and hopefully, you know, the best thing you can do is learn from. I know it sucks to just get run over. It feels like, well, what could we have done? Did we have anything we can do? But sometimes, even if it's a really, really brutal, quick loss like that, there are things you can do to swing it the entire other way and just do the same thing to them. So in this case, it was just a little bit of a communication breakdown. That's a psalm, right? Let's get one more in there. Ooh. I see us going a Holy Paladin. And I see Twitch preview lying to me again. Oh my gosh, Twitch preview. Do you really think that that's what the game looks like right now? Do you see that? That square right here? This? That's not what I was clicking. Oh, I see him hovering over the Holy Paladin, dude. This is, we got this. So it's Fury Warrior, BM Hunter, H-Pal. So we're looking at the real tier 1 comps now. Here comes the chains onto the H-Pal. This is a great opener. Perfectly grip this. Oh, damn. I wish I'd paused before it. So yeah, look at that. Freedom Steed. Okay, this is good stuff. Freedom Steed gets to max range, grips it. So that's what you have to do to H-Pal when you're going them, because Freedom Steed, and they get around the pillar, and then you don't hit them for another hour, because they just keep rotating Freedoms, or Steeds. But in this case, you grip it at the very end, and then the Freedom will fall before you can get back over to the next pillar, and then you can get chains back on them, you guys can both connect. All right, now they're rooted. It was a good stun there, too. Look at that. Asphyxiates the rest of the Freedom. This guy's going to get opened on really hard. Oh, this is looking great, dude. The half a Fell Eruption comes out of that. Get the A-Bomb to apply the wound. Chains is on him on the Steed. This is last Freedom Steed. The guy's got literally nothing left, and he's low, so he has to pause for a second to heal, I think. The Demon Hunter gets around the other side. Oh, the Chaos Nova, that's Bubble. Wow, look at that. Hey, all right. Coach Flarkness videos, dude, yeah. Just I guess he watched it, you know, with breaking the time continuum somehow. But the Holy Paladin bubbled there in the opener, which means he has no Freedom Steeds, which means he's going to get trained the rest of the game. And honestly, you guys just win, I think. I mean, you're getting that out of the H-Pal so early. I mean, you're in a great spot now. You should still have Bubble and Darkness, IBF and AMS. You have all sorts of tools. Just get back on him after Bubble. There's the chains to keep him aggressive. We know he doesn't have Freedom or Steed. He might have Steed coming back up. I don't know if he's like ineffable at 1600 or whatever, but this is still a really good situation. Yeah, there's the Steed. Okay. But he changes it. And another Freedom. This guy full NF Pally at 1600. It's just, I don't know, dude. But Deodara is under heavy pressure right now. So now it's good to just get, I see Blood of the Enemy still up. D&D, not sure why that's pressed. It does never need to be pressed. Just spend wounds here. Just spend wounds and you're going to get pressure for sure. That was a delayed kick, unfortunately. Did not quite get that one. So there we go. Ooh, okay, so that was an unfortunate one. Definitely one chains on that Steed. I don't think that was Freedom Steed. It was not. Yeah, right? Yeah, it was not Freedom Steed. So that would have actually slowed him to a halt, and you guys would have connected. But your DH is still on him. And he ran around the wrong side of the pillar. Here comes the bubble. You still have AMS. Good Death Strikes in there. You know, see, the fundamentals are still okay. We're getting Death Strikes when we have Runic Power to keep ourselves topped. We're definitely doing the rotation of Unholy, even if it's not optimized. Just definitely some good mechanical stuff to work on. Yeah, get that disease back on him. And perfect. And now reapply chains out of the Freedom. Not so perfect. Get the Blood of the Enemy there. You can spend wounds in Bop. Looks like he knows that. He got, yep, perfect. So spending wounds in the Bop, right? Putting necrotic strikes through that Bop. Oh, please don't die here. We have Darkness, right? There's Rally spent. No Bop, no Bubble, no Trinket. And no Rally. There's the Dark. Look at this. Look at this synergy of the team, dude. This is a good game. This is a good game, man. Grip that back. Do we have? We did. Yeah, there he goes. Ooh, really grip back because you're in a Darkness too. Yeah, I just want to grip the Steed away. Again, didn't have even Freedom, so you could just grip change the Steed back into the Darkness, and then you can keep wailing on him while in Darkness. It's like a double whammy, just really valuable. Press disease on him. Now he has that Freedom, might get away again. Ooh, he's going real fast all of a sudden. He's inciting the pack. Okay, half stun there, trying to get a burn on it. I guess mana's not going to be the win condition, right? They should just upfront kill him. There's the grip on the Freedom Steed, though. That looks good. Ooh, in the ring. And now we just spend wounds, right? He has Holy Light with Divine Favor. But really just spend wounds and you should win. He's got nothing. There's the last Bop, dude. The man has nothing. Kick him through the Holy Light. Look at that. See, another thing you know you can do through Bop. I said kick him through the Holy Light. Kick him through the Bop is what I wanted. So yeah, just Bop applied. You can wound through it if you have max wounds. and you can necrotic strike through it rather, and you can kick through it, and you can death coil through it, and your diseases work through it. So great job, heads up play there. You're also dead. AMS? Oh, Jesus. Okay. There's a bubble coming down as well. Beautiful. Should live. Just have to finish the H-Pal at any time. Just gotta apply some good old-fashioned damage. I think we kicked him too. Oh man, those kicks have been lights out, and the stun comes in. He's dead. Okay, so great opener, sloppy rest of it. That happens. Sometimes it gets easy to panic when they're making counter plays or counter pressure. And again, very good learning environment here. But, you know, got the kill, got what you needed. There's a really good darkness. There's a really good job awareness, staying in the darkness. Great kicks at the end. Fantastic plays through Bop. Good grips on the Freedom Steed. It feels like there's so much that went right. So it'd be like, well, how was it even close? And just some of that, again, the wound and disease mechanics are so much of how you get ludicrous pressure versus like kind of average or low pressure. Just getting that streamlined. You clearly understand the mechanic, but getting it streamlined is just like this world of difference that I can't even begin to describe, but you'll see the results. But look at how many things are going right. So you have this baseline that you could shore up. You have the kick through Bop. You have the grip on the Freedom Steed. You have the good call to split on Mage Lock and shut them down. You have the good job on that Warlock H-Pal Rogue to shut down the Warlock in between goes and just get a kill on him. You had a perfect zone on a Combust Dark Soul Infernal overlap, which is not even an overlap for them because sometimes that comp just does that. You just had so many great plays. So if you shore it up, shore the rest of it up, I mean, this is gonna look a million times different. It's gonna be like a breath of fresh air. You guys will have pressure. So there's a lot of great things going on here. And just supplement it with just a really good rotation style. Again, D&D not important. Don't need to throw that down. Just as a tiny little aside while we're watching the end of this game. But just want to throw a little bit of the mechanical play together, and these wins are going to keep popping for sure. I'm gonna again try and keep these a little bit more brief, though my videos really never do that, but I think 40 minutes or so is good. And we'll end with a slow kill on this Fury Warrior who seems to be healing for a lot on a win. Love to see it. Love to see it. So thank you so much for the gameplay. I will make part 2s of everybody who sends me big VODs and just give us a lot of content, more digestible, at least easier to get through the whole thing, and go back to see the parts that you really care about because there's not as much content there. So you guys are awesome for sending me this, and thank you so much. And I hope the queues go even better in the future. Nice. See you in the next one, guys.